Yo, guys, what's good? It's me, your boy, Fan Like a Mamba. You guys already know in the building what I'm saying. So, guys, I want us to just run through this quick trade on GU. That was a beautiful trade, guys, today on GU that I could have capitalized on. But yeah, it is what it is. I did take a loss today, 1% loss on GU. Kind of like a lot of manipulations today. It's Monday. I was supposed to go a little bit of more like slow, but then it is what it is, guys. Yeah, so as you guys can already know, on our weekly breakdown video, if you haven't watched that video, go and watch that video. We already had our weekly directional bias that we're looking forward for selling opportunities on GU, on EU, on UJ, we're looking to buy, and then DEX, we're looking to go long. Remember, guys, GU and EU, they have negative correlation. GU and EU, they have negative correlation with DEX. So when DEX is going up, they're going down. When they're going down, DEX is going up. So I already anticipated that I'm looking for price to kind of like go up on DEX, so which is dollar index. So guys, as you can clearly see here, we had a beautiful range here, had a beautiful range. I don't want to go too much in details about that because I think it won't be fair on our mentorship program when I do explain this kind of things as to how we use that to advantage. But you can clearly see, guys, that you do have price pushing all the way to the downside, which is super cool. Let me just put this here. So what we have what we call a break of structure to the downside here. So when we broke structure here, we left this fair value gap unmitigated or untested. So you can clearly see that I was anticipating price to kind of like pull back into this fair value gap and take out this liquidity, because we have this liquidity that is just residing just above this area. I was looking for price to kind of like take out. So when you are taking that liquidity, obviously it generates another liquidity from here. So I was anticipating that price will kind of like push up and take out that liquidity as well to the upside before we can see that push to the downside. So it's pretty much beautiful when the week starts and you see something like this. So I'm sure you guys are you are familiar with the power of three. So the power of three is the open of the day, probably when we're using daily time frame, the open of the day, and then we see manipulation, and then we see that impulsive move. And what we have the close of the candle. So that's the power of three. So that's basically what is happening here. So what we see, we anticipating that on our daily time frame we are bearish. Let me just go to my daily time frame for, yeah, we are bearish on our daily time frame. Weekly time frame looking for a bearish momentum as well. So when you are bearish, and then what we see the open. So this is the open, and then we see manipulation, and then we see price pushing down, and then close of the candlestick. That's gonna play out super nice and simple. I really like how the market is moving and shaping up now. Preparing for Tuesday. Going forward, I'm still looking for sales. I'm still bearish bias on GBPUSD. So as you can clearly see, guys, we tapped into this area, didn't tap exactly here, so I didn't enter here. So I was waiting for price to kind of like enter from here so that I can tap into these areas, so that I can enter my selling opportunity. So let's just now drop into our 5-minute time frame. So what happened, guys, is that what we saw here, we saw price breaking above these areas here, taking out this liquidity here. I wasn't really much convinced about this, so I wanted to see price tapping clearly. Okay, I wasn't convinced here. I wanted to see price tapping in this area, and then when price did tap in this area, that's when I was like, okay, that's a beautiful tap. And then we liquidated this area, and then we tap into our fair value gap. So now we're looking for price, and then what did we get, guys? We got the break of structure from here. So what do we have? We have sell break of structure here. So when we got this sell break of structure, then I had my sell position here. So it didn't even go to profit. It just went straight. Oh, it did a little bit, because I entered somewhere here. It did push a little bit down, but then eventually reversed against me and took me out. So let me just show you guys how my trade was looking like. So I had a sell from here, and then my stop loss was just around about these areas, and I was targeting a 1:2. So that's what I always go for, a 1:2 on this kind of position. So it took me out. So once I noticed that price took me out, and then once I noticed that price took me out, I saw this push to the downside, super nice and simple. Push to the downside, broke structure to the downside, and then I saw this fair value gap, and then I was like, okay, that's a beautiful trade. And then to the downside, that would be very, very much lovely to take this trade, but I didn't take this trade because I was kind of like a bit skeptical of how the market is moving today. So it could have been possible that the market can still push up and then continually push down, because overall we are very biased on this, but it could have been possible that the market can still manipulate this. Unfortunately, it did manipulate these areas here, but you can clearly see that it went to hit TP 1:2 before this manipulation to the upside. Okay, so it was a beautiful trade, but I didn't execute on this 2%, so I'm currently down for the week, 1% down, but it is what it is, guys. Thank you so much for staying and tuning into this video. It's me, your boy, Fan Lucky Mamba. I am out. Let there be peace in the Middle East. Let our brothers and sisters be safe.